I think, so we can chill out and watch someone having some fun with a drone. So let me bring up the viewer video review list. Now, our first one is actually from Canfly WA, and this is actually the MV Lissa, which is basically an older ship which was built in Norway in 1956 to serve as an icebreaker in the Northern Hemisphere waters. Later sailed to the southern climes where she became a general cargo carrier. And this is an awesome one here from Canfly WA. Enjoy this, and we'll be back soon with Stephen.
Nice
Very
shot.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah, wasn't it? Very nice. So yes, we're back, guys. We can both move and everything. It helps with live TV and live streaming, doesn't it? That we can actually move and you can hear us and stuff like that. Very quickly, thank you very much, Mark WW, for the $5 super chat. Have a pint on me. I appreciate it. Although it did come as we went off air, so perhaps you were rewarding us for going off air, which I wouldn't blame. I wouldn't blame the audience for sometimes. But thank you very much for bearing with us. That was a really nice video, wasn't it? It was. It was very moody. I liked some of the sound engineering with the water splashing and that type of thing, almost like it's splashing on the hull. There's also actually one thing which I do like. When you look into the description, there's a lot of history on the vessel itself, actually, which I like. So finding out about it's going from being an icebreaker to a cargo carrier to a luxury yacht. I think that's really, really cool, frankly. I think it's, it kind of hits different, doesn't it? And it shows... Yeah, exactly. And it shows you can get a nice video, as it were, from not having to worry about things like having to have the sunniest day and that type of thing. And you don't have to depend on the weather, frankly. I think it's nice that you can still capture these things. Obviously, it helps if you either live in wonderful Iceland or with the volcanoes, or up in Alaska with all the glaciers and things like that, to have that stunning backdrops out there. But it shows if you get the right subject matter, you can tell a nice little story within a couple of minutes. There's some nicely angled shots. But yes, so we're going to come back to the viewer videos in just a moment. But I wanted to have a chat with Stephen. What time is it there, Stephen?
It's 12 minutes past 2 in the morning.
Dude.
Yeah,
now,
I know.
You do look like it's 12 minutes past 2 in the morning. I have to say.
I'm feeling like it's just been a bit mental. As you can see behind, I've got boxes.
Yeah.
We're currently in the midst of about to move home for a while.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I like your stacking. You got a couple of sort of Jenga style.
Yes.
So can you pull one of those bottom boxes out without everything else? No, we won't. We won't try and try and do that live on air and wake up your entire household.
No.
I think your family's got enough going on with the move. So yeah.
Yeah. So I think, but I'm one of the good things is that I'll probably be traveling quite a bit as well. So I'll probably still be joining the shows, but I'll just be in a completely different time zone.
Exactly. It's going to be
time zones.
It's going to be cool, isn't it? I have to say, I did kind of enjoy the Dubai shows because, of course, we also have Andrew from Credit Space Drones Drone Masterclass, one of our awesome sponsors. He'll be back on the shows very soon as well. It's in a very busy season for him and his drone, his public safety and his drone and his traffic management businesses. So he's not been able to have a reliable internet to be able to come in with us on our usual shows. But that's going to be starting again right when you start traveling again. Actually, so it's kind of going to have that Three Amigos vibe of you sort of dragging yourself in at 4 o'clock in the morning or something, and us sat here at 8 o'clock in the evening in the UK. And how you doing, dude?
I think it's going to be even later.
Yeah, no, indeed, it's going to be crazy, isn't it? Frankly,
yes.
We'll have to see if we can actually get it. How far apart we can get those time zones in some of those places you're traveling to. It'll be really interesting. But you're doing pretty cool things where you are already at the moment. You've had quite an interesting day, haven't you?
Yeah, today we actually had some very, very cool drone goings on today in Helsinki, actually. So there was the Golf U Space 2.0, which was happening today, which was the event that I went to. There was also another event, which was the there was a drone which was carrying a defibrillator.
Oh,
and it
cool.
was that, and that was Everdrone, the company from Sweden that were actually doing that. I could have went to that, but I decided to go to golf because I was on the last project. So what we're doing here, or what they were doing, was they were flying a drone from Finland to Estonia. This is the drone they were flying. You mean
the Mini 2 in the front here? Yeah.
Yes. The Mini
that made
2
it all the way to Estonia. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a really good day. So they flew that. I mean, I was only there observing. I wasn't doing anything apart from just actually I was documenting it. I actually filmed a lot of the stuff. So nice. I'm going to be editing a video there. And what they were actually doing. So they flew this drone from Helsinki to Tallinn. And they had a corridor, which you'll see in the video, and then they had a plane fly from Estonia to Finland on the same on the same flight path.
Yeah,
and
is that what we see here in this flight radar? Is this the drone with the line coming off the back?
That's the drone there because it did have an ADS-B. But it only had 1 watt of power, so they weren't sure if it was going to show up in flight radar, but it actually did.
It did, yeah.
It did, and then they had the plane fly over the other side, and that's you can see the plane. It was actually a seaplane, and it landed in front of where we were. And I've got all that on film. Actually, I've got it all. So this is a seaplane, and actually, funnily enough, the guy that was flying this seaplane. A guy called Mikko Sinerva. He actually called me when I was doing the drone delivery because we had a NOTAMs. We actually had a NOTAMs in place, and he called me to ask if you could fly in our airspace.
Yes.
which was really kind of bizarre. So I actually got to meet this guy. Actually, he came in and stuff. So we had a good chat. It's because we've been talking on the phone. But this was a really cool thing today. A drone, and it was pure BB loss, obviously, because you're flying
this
from
plane started in Estonia and flew to Helsinki.
Yes.
And then the larger of the two drones here, this drone flew from Helsinki to Estonia, so that they can obviously, essentially a U-space test, a test of sort of the unmanned and manned unified traffic management systems, so that we can have these things flying regularly together.
Exactly.
Which is interesting. Now, is this particular drone, was this literally just a test bed? Was it carrying anything? Was there any kind of...
Wasn't carrying, it was, we were only getting telemetry there, and so they were using Frequentis UTM.
Okay.
And the company who had the big drone there was a company from Estonia called Threod Systems. So and that's their van you see there as well, and then you see Airboss there. That's Robots Expert. That's a company here in Finland, and a good friend of mine, Jonas, there, who you'll see in the video as well. And he joins us in operations all over the world as well. So he's a good guy and stuff. Very cool. It was very cool day. Really cool. And then we had Fin Traffic, which is part of the ATC. We had a really cool incident, or bad incident, where a helicopter flew over the launch pad, and it was directly over the drone. It was about 5 minutes before the drone was supposed to launch, and it was under 100 meters, and people were going mental because there is an OTAMS in place, and this helicopter decided to fly over, and people were running around like headless chickens going, "Did you get the number of that helicopter?" There was people with cameras zooming in to try.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. So, I mean, it's a really cool project, and again, that gives a bit more scale as well, even though the Mini 2 gave us a bit of scale. So was this vertical takeoff and then essentially moving more into the glide position and off and away it goes?
Yes.
Very cool.
Very, very, very quick as well. It goes up really quick and then it shoots off. It was so quick, it was difficult for me to catch it. So I caught the launch, and then I caught it kind of just leaving, but I couldn't follow it because it was way too fast.
Yeah. It's actually becoming, if I bring the other picture of the drone up, it's actually becoming a very popular shape now, isn't it? Of eVTOL and VTOL type of aircraft, from the point of view of having those props that it can be taken up, and then of course it turns straight into a glide path. And this is interesting because I think it might be one of the style of craft that we get used to seeing from the point of view of the longer range drone deliveries and the longer range drone missions. I think we're going to get used to seeing these kind of things. Of course, over here in the UK, the CAA have just had, in partnership with the RAF, the Sky Guardian drone has just flown completely as an unmanned aircraft in a normal UK airspace lane. So they actually worked that out as well. There's some pretty cool, amazing stuff with the whole integration side of things happening. Which is awesome.
There is. I got footage of the drone taking off and whatnot. I didn't get footage of it landing, but there is a picture online, so there are photos, and I'll try to get some video from the other side. But we did see that it landed. But it was funny because when it was so funny when the drone was actually on the way over, and then when the plane landed, or the plane was coming in, so we ran down to catch the plane landing in front of us, and it was so cool. And then we were thinking, by the way, what about the drone? We completely forgot the drone. So, but then we just went for lunch, and we've seen the pictures coming in, so it was fine.
Nice.
But, really good day. Really, a really good day. Nice.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. There's a link to Stephen's channel in the description below. Go over and subscribe and be ready for that video. The drone delivery series was already fascinating, absolutely superb, and I'm really looking forward to the next bits. But thank you for sharing that with us. It's very cool.
You're welcome.
We are all up to our little group are up to some very cool things at the moment, and it's great to finally be able to share some of them with the wider public. But there we go. Yes, and we're actually going to be meeting very, very soon. Of course, we're going to be meeting up in 2 weeks time.
2 weeks time. Yeah.
Finally, all these shows together, all this space, all this. We're going to be able to find out who really is the tallest.
Exactly. We are.
Yes, the debate will end. Although Andrew, we can answer for, because he is just huge. The dude is like 12 feet tall. He's it was intimidating the first time I met him. I was like, taking the mickey out of him on live streams the whole time, having all the banter and everything. And then it's a little bit different when you meet up with the guy and he is literally, former bodyguard, huge dude in front of you. It's interesting. But yeah, there's still a bit of debate as to who of us will be the tallest. But anyway, we are meeting up at DroneX, which is part of the Helitech Expo, which is going on at London XL on the 5th and 6th of October. We're actually going to be live streaming on both days from the event. We are now an official media partner with DroneX, and thank you to Adnan, Chloe, and the team over there for helping us to arrange this so quickly, so close to the show as well. I really do appreciate it. Really excited. We've got some fantastic interviews with some amazing companies and interviews on the regulation side, etc. as well. So it's going to be a fantastic couple of days. Lots of content that will come out of that on the channel over the coming couple of weeks from now. But we're going to live stream in the same room together at last.
We are. We were coming over anyway because we were coming. Yes. I was coming over with Anarchy Labs, so you'll get to try out. Airhood, and then we've got. It's going to be great. It's going to be nice to see everyone, and I've got some I've got some guys coming over from the Netherlands and other people from the UK that are going to be there, and just nice to see people and yourself and Andrew and stuff. It's going to be good. It's going to be. You'll
meet Emily as well. Emily's back now after having her baby, etc. So she's going to be seen more on the channel, which is awesome. Really looking forward to making some new content with Emily, and she's actually going to be making her content in the Geeksvana studios as well. So we're going to some really cool stuff that we're coming up with. But Emily will be joining us on the second day. Our other team member Joanne will also be with us on both days as crew, but also doing a little bit of presenting as well. So there's going to be some different cool stuff happening on those 2 days. I think there's going to be more Geeksvana people there than most other things, but there we go. It's going to be a lot of fun. It started off me going one of the days, and I was like, I wonder if, and as I say, Adnan and the team have been absolutely fantastic. Extremely welcoming to us and everybody to what is hopefully going to be a very important show. It's going to be nice to be able to physically meet people again and actually be able to shake hands or fist bump at least. And
I think the fist bumping. I think there's going to be, but it's now starting that we can, and as I say, I know that there are companies coming from other parts of Europe as well, and this is them now being able to say, great to come and see you, great. So my phone's been going for the past like week now. People going, you're going, I'm going, and can't wait to see you.
It's crazy, isn't it? And we haven't actually formally announced that we're going to be there, especially with what we're doing, which we're not going to announce to the wider channel. Only you lucky people that are watching the live stream this evening. We're actually going to be doing the formal announcement later in the week, or even early next week, actually, because I am busy over the next few days, unfortunately. But yes, right, back into the viewer video, shall we? Should we get some?
Yes,
we've got a chunk of viewer videos to enjoy this evening, which I'm really looking forward to doing. The next one up is from Stephen Lee Photography. Now, he tells me that this cinematic ocean drone video shows the sheer size, strength, and above all, the beauty of the ocean. I feel like I should be in my voiceover mode here. Every ocean around the world is so big that, in my opinion, can only be shown properly with a drone. It captured on the DJI Mini 2 drone. This cinematic ocean video shows the ocean during bright sunlight, moody cloud cover, and sunset. Enjoy, everyone. This is from Stephen Lee Photography. Very cool.
It was
Really
almost
enjoyed that one.
biblical, wasn't it? It was almost biblical
Yeah,
at the end.
I think that might have been the Jurassic Coast even. I think across. I mean, there are some parts of the UK coastline which are absolutely fantastic, and as Stephen says, can only be really captured in its full glory by drone. And that was a really nice video.
Yeah.
It was quite long, but actually I feel like it flowed quite well, really. So just very quickly, thank you very much, Ken Heron, for the $5 super chat. Here's £3.67 for you chaps. I've said it in a very English voice. Ken Heron, $5 super chat. Here's $3.67 for you chaps. Thank you, Ken. I really appreciate your support, sir. We actually had a bit of a homage to you a little bit earlier, Ken, where everything went wrong, and I had to restart my software, my OBS software, just like Wirecrash. So there you go. It does happen to OBS very, very, very rarely. Touch wood. But it's probably because I'm streaming at a wrong time of night and I do all of my checks and things.
But do you know what it was? He was on his spooky channel and he was sending
I got a notification.
vibes.
Yes, for the paranormal channel. The paranormal channel haunted my stream, frankly.
Exactly.
But that was a very cool video. Thank you very much for sending it in, Stephen. Next up, we've got one from Mark, who is from Shots from Above. He was saying he was lucky enough to have some fabulous weather the day he filmed at the famous Lulworth Cove. And although it was still only late morning, there was already a lot of people there. So he had to sort of adjust his flight paths and do all sorts of different things to be able to get the footage that he was able to get, with more arriving constantly from the main path. Yeah, Lulworth Cove is an awesome place, actually. Let's enjoy this one. That was awesome.
Nice.
It was certainly busy there, wasn't it? I can see what he means by the people starting to flood in there at the beginning, etc. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's always a challenge trying to get the drone up early enough to capture that kind of thing and to do it sort of in a legal way. So that was awesome. Well done, Mark.
Which kind of drone was this? Which drone? It was
a Mini 2.
Yeah, it's actually quite tough. I find it quite tough flying into into the sun. I was doing it today. Actually, I was flying into the sun, completely burns out. I was trying to chase this big drone. It turned. I just caught the sun, and I was like, I can't see a thing here. So it's not easy to fly into the sun with that Mini 2 at all.
No, exactly. I mean, there are some skillful shots, obviously. With the current rules here in the UK for the Mini 2, we're starting to get some really amazing shots out there, frankly, which is very, very cool. Okay, up next we've actually got one from, and I realize I'm coming all over Alan Partridge-esque DJ this evening, sort of going from viewer video to the viewer video, but there we go. But hey, it's a chill out stream. This is going to be unlisted afterwards, and it's just for us guys to chill out and hang out and shoot the breeze? Is that the phrase?
You're really sounding Alan Partridge tonight. You know that?
Oh yeah,
you really are sounding Alan Partridge.
The whole of the Geeksvana channel is just a parody. It's not a real thing. So yeah. So but anyway, Michael from 120 Media sent one in. He thought he'd send this video as it was a really bizarre one. This is quite a funny one actually. He was always worried about bird strikes on his drone, but he could never have imagined what happened. He said this is an absolutely genuine video. It's a very quick video. Completely wild bird. He was renovating a lawn and he was using the Mini 2 to get some aerial photos to obviously show the work that he's done, the before and after shots. And this happened. There's no music in the video, so you don't have to worry about epidemic sound and that type of thing. But this is quite funny. It's not a very long video, so enjoy this.
But you got a spotter. At least you got a spotter.
Flying a drone here and you've got.
Bless him.
Yeah.
He's got his wings down. Bless him.
Yeah, you really have got crow's feet now.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Can't see the drone, mate. Come on. I think he's done that because of the buzzing of the drone, right?
Might have done.
That is incredible. That is listening to the drone. The kiss.
Yeah. Kiss.
He finally moves off him. How funny is that? I think that's brilliant. But, literally a bird strike, a bird on strike, if anything. But yeah, you have a raven or something land on the back of your neck like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's. I wonder what has this been on social media? Has this been on one of the Facebook groups? Because I have a memory.
Not sure.
I have a memory of something, seeing or hearing.
I hadn't seen it before Michael sent it to me. He probably sent it to me about a week ago, I'd probably say.
Okay.
I'm not sure when it was though. I'm not sure when that happened though. So it could.
That was really bizarre. That was really bizarre.
Really weird, isn't it? Just he's sort of pecking the back of his head and that sort of thing. And as one of the onlookers said, at least you've got a spotter now. I thought it was quite funny. Yeah. Okay. Up next on the viewer video, the viewer videos, we have Michael Mernick. And he's going to be brave and send us the link to one of his most recent videos he created with the DJI Air 2. Now, it is 7 minutes long, this film, so I'm going to be skipping through it. So we're not going to be showing the full 7 minutes. But he believes it's a great example of the low and slow flight as he flew his drone through some tight spots of the creek. That's what she said, located in the video. Take care, Sean, and I hope you like my video. Well, thank you for sending this in, Michael. It's always a brave thing to do to have your video sent in and critiqued and enjoyed by the audience. But here we go. I think that was a really great footage. I don't think he had anything to really be concerned about from that point of view. So Michael, that was really great. I think that yes, I mean, you know, the film was 7 minutes in length, and you've probably done that for your own purposes, etc. I think if that was clipped down, it could be a really punchy. But I also enjoyed it. You know, when you watch these channels that sort of have the 24/7 scenic, relaxing video, it had that kind of feel to it, basically. So, absolutely fantastic. Send more in. I'd love to see how your flying progresses. And it does show the DJI Air 2 is a really good drone still. I mean, the Air 2S has obviously blown it out the water and has become the next big thing. But I really feel like I was only starting to warm up with the Air 2 when the Air 2S came out. So it's sort of it came very suddenly, and it's still a really good drone.
Yes, it still is.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Lawrence is in the chat.
Oh, hey, Lawrence, good to see you, sir. Good evening.
He's having his dinner.
Yes, it is a late night for us. We've got other things going on. Stephen's moving house. I'm away the rest of the week, that type of thing. So we thought we'd try a different evening, just a chilled out stream, trying to do some at different times of night as well to pick up different types of the audience, sides of the audience and stuff, people that we miss seeing. And I am seeing people's names in the chat that we don't see on our normal Thursday night show. So it's good to see you all. Thank you for joining us. And I'm doing my best sort of radio DJ viewer video compilation type thing. And Stephen's doing his best to stay awake at what is now 2:42 a.m. in Finland. Shall we try and keep going until we actually get Stephen to face plant the table? That'd be quite fun.
Yeah, or the sun will just peek through the blinds.
That's it. Although actually I have my window open, so let's hope I don't stay here till the daybreak as well. Actually, hi Nemo, good to see you in the chat. There is Koopy here. No, this is a Koopy free zone, and let's keep it that way. Don't say Koopy's name 3 times. Have I said it 3 times? No. Don't say that name 3 times. Okay.
Otherwise he will appear.
He will. Up next, Nick Sanders has sent this video in. He wanted to share this with you and the other viewers. We've recently had a fair in town, so took the opportunity to get some footage from above, being very careful to avoid overflying the crowds, etc. It was fairly quiet when I was flying, but no point pushing your luck, right? I agree with you, sir. Audio is genuine fairground noises he took on his phone earlier in the day, and it's his first attempt at some audio engineering. So enjoy this. This is pretty cool. I enjoyed that. That was a really cool video. I like the idea of using the audio from the iPhone when he's, you know, I think that's or phone only. You didn't say iPhone actually, but I think that's really clever, Nick. So thank you for sending it in, Nick Sanders. Some of the night shots I think were particularly awesome, and it had that sort of eerie feeling to it, didn't it? Because obviously it was already quiet at the beginning. It got quieter and quieter as it went on, and then there was like no one there, but everything was still running.
Yeah, it was really cool actually. I love the night shots. They were really good.
Yeah, very apocalyptic feeling sort of thing, wasn't it? Sort of, it's very, very cool, frankly. So I'm going to hop on to something completely different now, which is actually one of the largest sailing ships in the world, the Golden Horizon, leaving Fowey, which is actually pronounced Foy. Oh, thank you. Foy Harbour on the South Cornwall coast. It's just filmed with the Mavic Air 2S and Mini 2. The music is from Epidemic Sound, so we could play it without having to edit it, which is awesome. And this is actually from Jeremy from Views of Cornwall, which is one of our regular submitters, and is a fantastic drone pilot. Let's take a look. Now that was a beast.
That's a ship.
That really is, isn't it? I mean, that is a be very careful where you how you tug that thing out. Frankly, absolutely superb. And again, Jeremy, views from Cornwall. Thank you for letting us share that. He's a great. His editing's great. He always chooses the right music, that type of thing. I always really enjoy his videos. But his camera work is superb.
Yeah.
And the time and effort he puts into honing the skills to capture those smooth shots is just really, really great. When you think that people are flying these Air 2Ss and Mini 2s and they're capturing that kind of footage, to me it's just frankly absolutely phenomenal. As Florida Drone Media says, good piloting and camera shots. I completely agree with you there, completely.
So I just want to say,
Go on.
Lawrence is just saying it's a great video to watch while I eat dinner. And I hope you're enjoying your dinner, Lawrence. But then Brand Ariels has said, "Are you having fish, Lawrence?" Is someone, am I the only person that gets that joke or something? Lawrence Fishburne. I'll forget it.
I don't think it was. I think, was he not talking about fish because of it was the water and there were fish and chips and
I think
Gary
it's a play on
explain the
names.
joke. I realize explaining the joke means that it's already gone wrong, but yeah. But as
Maybe it wasn't a
Lawrence says,
joke.
you could see something like this on Nat Geo. I agree with you there.
Yeah,
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was actually asking, "Are you having fish?" Maybe there is a deeper internal conversation there. Oh, hi, Jeremy. Jeremy's actually in the chat. Jeremy, awesome video, as they all are. Frankly, your videos are always top notch.
Yes, agreed.
It's always a pleasure to share them. Frankly, up next on Geeksvana Live viewer videos, we have Tony McGinn of Fly Sky Drones. You love my voiceover voice, don't you?
It's just so Alan Partridge.
And Tony tells me, if you cut this down to the very end, there's a nice shot of our hot air balloon light show. No balloons were due to take off, as only there for the light shows, and I was in the field opposite, so nowhere near anyone. Cheers, Sean. Well, thank you for letting us share this, Tony, as I descend into madness this evening. This is why I don't stream after midnight. I seem to turn into a gremlin, unless it's on Ken Heron's TNL, of course, but I seem to turn into something rather worrying, frankly. But there is a balloon air show at the end of this video, which I will clip onto. But these balloons actually got together to do a light show, which I thought was quite apt to show you, sir.
Ooh.
So enjoy. absolutely fantastic. And I recommend heading over to Tony's channel to watch the full version. You saw me skip through a couple of stages there, but what a great idea. What a fantastic art, frankly. I think it is really, really great. Really
See,
is.
this is something which we were just commenting as we were watching that video there, is that what I would have been doing there is I would have been switching between camera mode and video mode to actually capture the images there. And is that something that someone else does, or because I try to keep the exposure and everything ready so that I can just switch over and capture an image. Because because I mean, you can easily take an image from the video, but I want to have the raw files. I want to have the DNG.
You want to have it
that has to
popping as a picture. A very deliberate picture is, of course, something so different. And that was the kind of subject matter that really deserved having that kind of rich photography, which I know Tony does some pretty cool things with his Mini. So I'd be interested to know if he did that. Actually, it'd be very interesting today. So okay, up next, our final viewer video of let's go into my voiceover. Up next is our final viewer video of the evening here on Geeksvana Live. And this one comes from Alex at Travels with Rosie. And he tells us that this is St. Anthony's Well, which is a covered square stone basin well, which was presumed to be for baptizing the converted. There are 2 other springs to the north and south, about 50 meters apart. So enjoy this one from Travels with Rosie. Do you like that? Do you like the voice?
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah. Should I voice all my videos like that?
No.
Okay. A very cool video, another very cool video from Alex, Travels with Rosie. Thank you, Alex, for letting us share that. Really, really nice, really well composed, nice storytelling. Talking about the storytelling, I was concerned in about the first minute and a half as to whether we were actually watching a Crime Watch reconstruction. of have you seen this woman and this man that was following this woman. I thought for a while there this was going to be a very, very different video, but it turned out to be something very cool and very awesome and very cold water, certainly.
Yeah, it's I've already been actually commenting on Alex's videos, you know, because I really like how he edits, how he uses the edit to tell the story. You know, there's a way, and I think we had this same chat, I think with Tamara as well. We're talking about because I love how to use the edit, how you use the edit to tell the story rather than you have a script and you have it, but you know, and that's something that he does really, really well, and that's something which many people can really learn from.
Indeed.
You know?
Way to make it creepy, geek, says D&D review. But yeah, that's me. Hey, Drone Pilot, good to see you. So yeah, so there we go. Those are some nice viewer videos this evening. I hope you've enjoyed us popping in to see you guys, especially over stateside, who don't normally get to see the Geeksvana live shows because they're all a little bit too early in the day for you guys. But normal service will resume at some point next week. We've actually got a couple of absolutely fantastic live streams planned for next week if they both come off, but at least one of them certainly should. And hopefully I'll check all the software beforehand and make sure it all works properly and won't be quite so slack.
We like things to happen offshoot, and you know, that's just life.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're both off to bed, and that's another story. All right, everyone, peace out. We'll see you next time on Geeksvana Live. Bye-bye.
Bye.